Okay. Okay. Let me check something. Yeah. Okay. So, it's Monday. We're gonna prep some Pathfinder. Gonna prep some Stolen Fate for Pathfinder. Heavily homebrewed Stolen Fate. So, yeah. Apparently there was another Foundry update, another Pathfinder update. So we updated to that. Had to do another export, another migration. May or may not have to redo all of our hotkeys for the umpteenth time since switching to 13. Let's see. Controls. Fast flip. Alright. Just switch back to F. There you go. Alright. Z. X. Okay. Manage modules. Yeah, I don't think anything new Foundry-wise has popped up since last week. Let's see. We still got all those guys turned off. Still got calendar turned off. Okay. And we're using show token art, not show art, which actually doesn't work on 13. Alright. So. I've been running D&D. I've been running tabletop a long time. Like 30. You have to eat one of the BT members. Who do you eat? Wow. And why? ... And why? No? Okay. I'm gonna put this in a general. New Faxpo dropped. So, yeah, man, I've been doing this for over 30 years. I started running D&D when I was 13. I've probably played D&D in tabletop in some form or another since I was like 10, and I got Hero Quest. And it's one of the best memories of my whole life is finding Hero Quest at my friend Levi's house, and then being like, I have to go to Toys R Us, I have to buy this game, and I spent 20 American dollars to purchase Hero Quest when I was 10 years old, and it was incredible. It really was. It was I think my first real Dungeons and Dragons experience was Hero Quest, and I've played with a lot of people. I've run a lot of games. I've played in a lot of games. I've made a lot of incredible friends, a lot of incredible memories playing tabletop. It's different, you know? Like, there's a joy to be had in esports and squad-based games and co-op video games, things like that. And there's, you know, there's joy to be found in real-world sports and activities and all that kind of stuff. But there's just something very intimate and personal about a well-run TTRPG game. You know what I mean? Like a game that is not just there to make big number big or crunch number up. Like, those games are fun for sure, but there's a lot of ways to experience that you don't need a TTRPG environment for. TTRPG, I think it's the collaboration, right? It's the camaraderie. It's the group think in the best way possible. Like, let's make a world. Let's tell a story. Let's figure this out, right? Like, how do we bounce back from this dumb decision? How do we bounce back from this terrible series of dice rolls? Well, what are we gonna do, right? And then there's the role play aspect, right? Of like letting go of who you are, right? To try and see the world, to try and experience things, right? From a different perspective, from a different mindset, as a different creature than you are. And I think that for me, that's the best TTRPGs, right? Is like a group where everyone is not embarrassed, they're not afraid, they put it out there, right? They put themselves out there. It's raw, it's silly, it's cringe, you know, in all the best ways, right? I think that's good. And I think when people make themselves vulnerable like that, right? When you make yourself vulnerable, when you put down your fear of talking in a silly voice, or making a dumb decision, or getting it wrong, right? When you call off on that, right? When you abandon those trepidations, right? You're free. You know what I mean? And when you've got a group where they're all on board for that, right? And they're all free, you start to see things that you wouldn't see in a normal TTRPG game, right? You start to experience things that you don't always see. You start to tell a story that's a lot bigger than it could have been, because everyone is there, like, buying into that story. And like, again, like, you're very vulnerable when you set that stuff aside, when you lay yourself out there raw, right? And it's not just beer and pretzels, make number big number bigger, right? When it's actually like, let me explore who this character is, who I am through this character, right? Like, let me look at the world differently. Let me feel about things differently, because I'm willing to try, right? And in that vulnerability, I think a lot of really strong connections can be made, right? When you let the story take hold of you, right? And your character isn't a do or die. This could be the end scenario, right? And you're there with the other players, and you are allowing yourself to believe it. When you're allowing yourself to say, yeah, this is happening, right? This is really happening. I'm this character, and this is really happening, and we're in over our heads, and we only have each other. Like, it can forge bonds that I don't think you can normally get from, you know, activities. I know that you can definitely in sports, right? Like, that's huge, right? Like, oh, you know, we're down many points in this quarter inning and we need to rally. We got to get the points. We got to move the ball fast and points, more points. And like, yeah, you know, like, that's another time, right? Where like you are relying on other people, you're allowing yourself to rely on other people. It's team based, right? It's a team, it's a group. And I think that TTRPGs, I think they fulfill that aspect of a relationship, of a friendship, right? Is like, you not only make yourself vulnerable in all those other ways we talked about, but also in that you have to trust other people, right? You have to trust other people to not screw everything up for you. You gotta trust other people to help you when you need help and rein you in when you're getting a little out of control, right? And again, if you have a really good group and they're doing all those things, like that group's going to be pretty tight, pretty close. So I've had a lot of groups like that over the years, and they've all been fantastic. And I've had some groups over the years that were not like that, and it was a real chore to run game for those groups. This game, Stolen Fate, and Outlaws kind of leading into it, they were fun. They were fun games to run. They were good groups and they had good players. And like I keep saying, I've been doing this for 30 plus years, and I've dealt with a lot of stuff at my table. But I never had to deal with this, you know? And I guess I'm really lucky that I haven't had to deal with this, because I'm sure a lot of people have. And being old, you know, making it this far and not having to deal with this, despite having so many groups and so many players all over the world, I'm very lucky that I haven't had to deal with this before. But here we are. If anybody's been following Stolen Fate or our Discord community, the reason we ran DirkCon back in May, right? Dirk, who plays Grom, yeah, he died. So and it was ALS, so we knew it was going to happen. ALS is terminal. There's no cure for it. And we've known for months, and we made the decision as a group to keep playing until it happened. And we made the decision to keep playing after it happened. And, well, last week he didn't make it because it was almost the end. And between last week and this week, yeah, it was the end. So we're gonna play tonight without him, and that's because he wants us to. You know, we were able to talk to him, right? Get a sense of, like, you know, what do you want for Grom? You know, what do you want for this campaign? You have any regrets, right? You have any unfinished business that you need to take care of? It was something that we've had time to come to terms with. It was something that we have been able to, on paper, I guess, prepare ourselves for. It's not like this happened suddenly. There was a terrible car accident, or he was trying to, I don't know, fuck a shark or something and it ate him, right? Like, this is just a hypothetical. And this you know, this is a thing that we knew was coming. So we have been able to sort of prepare ourselves for it. But again, in 30 years, I've never had to do this before. So when I sit down to prep tonight, I want to make sure that I'm prepping in a way that kind of honors his unfinished business and, you know, his intentions for Grom the Goblin, right? So, like, this little cutie right here, right? Like, he was very proud of this character. He's a great character. Dirk as a player and as a person, both as my player and as my fellow player. I never got to play with him as a DM, but he was a blast to have at the table. He immaculate player behavior, very amazing role player, very clever, very funny. I appreciate dry wit quite a bit, and there are comments that he's made in games over the last 2 years that they still crack me up when I think about him. He's also old school, you know. He's old school D&D, and he had ideas. He had brilliant ideas for solving problems and resolving issues and asking the right questions at the right time. Yeah. So, yeah. I think tonight's session is going to be kind of rough. Luckily, we don't use cameras, so we can all, like, you know, look really sad and quietly ugly cry with our mics muted and kind of get on with the business of living, I guess, while trying to play for him, you know? Yeah. So, that's what the prep is going to be focusing on tonight. It's going to be focusing on my last conversation with him, what he wants for this character, what he wants for the campaign, what mark he wants to leave on the multiverse. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Again, new ground for me. As a group, we've all been very honest and open and upfront about all of these things. And, yeah, you know, it's helped, right? Like Dom and I are always saying on the podcast, right? It's like communication, right? It's the number one thing. This is a hard thing to be a part of. We offered to stop the campaign. We offered to, you know, let people bow out of the campaign if they didn't want to go through this very difficult thing. Everybody in the group was on board for this. Everybody in the group wanted Dirk to have something nice, something to share with friends, something where he could be seen, even as he was falling apart. And, like, there were nights where it was hard. It was really hard. And I'm sure tonight's going to be pretty hard too. And I'm sure there's going to be other nights that are hard. Oof. But I think we're doing the right thing. I think we've done the right thing so far. And I just hope that we do right by him, his character, and, you know, the legacy that he is kind of leaving behind with us. So, wow. Yeah. So, sorry it's such a heavy thing to sort of set down in chat like this, but I mean, you guys come here to find out what it's like to prep games and the stuff that can come up with games, and I I guess this is one of those things that can come up. I hope it never does for anybody here. But if you're planning to be like, you plan to run some D&D at the old folks' home when you get there, I mean, other than the robot nurses, I mean, your player base is going to be, it's going to be changing quite a bit. So just keep that in mind. All right, so we're going to open with the initial player survey that was filled out for the campaign. Let me see if I can find that. Let's see. Grom. Stolen Fate. Stolen Fate PCs. I think this might be it. We'll try this one first. Alright. Let's see. Grom, Goblin Alchemist, devoted follower of Bry, played by Dirk Spoon, a Goblin Alchemist and devout worshipper of Bry, the god of invention and clockwork, kept the party alive through sheer skill, cleverness, and unwavering pragmatism. One of the most level-headed members, often serving as the glue holding the group together, deeply regrets the horrors within the Cradle of Courts and would gladly set things right if given the chance. Kind-hearted and disciplined, in stark contrast to Jericho's chaotic nature. Logical thinker, always assessing risks before acting. Faith-driven, seeking to create rather than destroy. Bound card is the Locksmith, represents unlocking knowledge, fixing broken things, and bringing order from chaos. Symbolic of his role as a stabilizer in the group and his dedication to Bry. Alright. So, let me see. Alright, survey. Nope, maybe it's questionnaire. Stolen Fate, there we go. Stolen Fate questionnaire. Alright. So we got Stolen Fate questionnaire template. We've got Bella. And what's that? I think I know where it is. I think I have it in just my actual notes. Yeah. Let me see. Alright. Grom. No, this is other notes about Grom. Grom's calm and even-tempered personality contrasts with the chaotic nature of Jericho, and his faith in Brian desire to repair the damaged critical course gives him a strong moral compass. His selection by the Locksmith Hero card, a symbol of unlocking potential, fits his character's drive to fix what's broken. Bry's champion. Grom could be a key figure in the divine machinations of Bry's role in the campaign. His dedication to her could mean he is the one who channels her power to help repair the timelines and fix the damage caused by Kasawana's botched ritual. Bry might communicate directly with Grom, giving him cryptic guidance. Repairing the Cradle of Courts, Grom could be tasked with undoing the harm caused by the fractured ley lines, which might be linked to one of the cards in the Deck of Destiny. He might also be the group's moral anchor as they navigate the temptations of bending fate. I think he delivered on that pretty well. Let me see. Oof. Going back through a ton of chats. See if I could find this original questionnaire. Grom's Waffles. Okay. Here we go. Here is this questionnaire. Okay. Alright, so questionnaire is for Grom. Will you be doing a full respec into a new class for Stolen Fate? If so, tell me about it. Grom will remain an alchemist, probably keep Scrounger archetype and Rogue archetype, though I might tweak some feats between now and then. If we use the 9 alignments, what alignment is closest to describing your character? Neutral, good. I agree with that. Which B team member do you want to bring with you to Stolen Fates and why? Woodchop, because he is funny and him being around lightens the tone. If you'd prefer not to have him in Stolen Fates because you want more serious, then get you someone else. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. With the Outlaw campaign ending, does your character feel like there are some loose ends, missed opportunities, or work that still needs doing? Grom would like to get Sweet Pups someplace safe where he can continue to grow and learn in safety with somebody good to help guide him to achieve his full potential. He would also like to make sure that Janaya is okay. Alright. Let's see. What is your stance on law, order, and rulership? Are you more loyal to your own beliefs, or do you feel an obligation to others? Grom is fine with law and order and somebody being in charge, but he has no problem with following them if doing so would be immoral somehow. At least something majorly immoral. He does feel an obligation to others, his friends and his family, and the goblins of Alkenstar to some extent. If your character could change one thing from their past, would they? Why? What is the thing? Grom wouldn't have messed around with crafting magic items that caused the wild surge, that caused the gravity accident, that killed all those folks. Amen, for sure. Meta. What do you, the player, think are the most canon event moments in history, fantasy, literature, media, etc.? For example, Darth Vader's reveal to Luke, the death of Uncle Ben for Spider-Man. And sorry if those are spoilers for you guys. I don't know how they could be, but there you go. In history, 9/11, which we joked about because we're fucked up. You know, actually doing in Stolen Fate, since Tom Kardos made an airplane map, but we're not going to drag Tom Kardos into such a horrible thing, and we're not going to do it. Also, how do you decide if preventing it or causing it is the actual intended outcome of fate? It's just not something you want to fuck around with. So that one got put to the side. The Space Shuttle Challenger exploding. Also one that didn't really want to touch that one. Invention of the printing press, which we did do. Discovery of gold at Sutter's Mill in California. In fiction media, the finger snap that vanished 50% of people in Marvel movies. Bilbo finding the ring, which we did work into the One Ring thing. And then Bruce Wayne watching his parents get murdered, which it's not too late for that one, be honest. It's not too late for that one. Who or what do you trust the most in this world, and what would it take to break that trust? Grom trusts his mom, Grom's mom. Gromma. Not sure what she could do to break that trust. Whatever she did, he would probably try to justify it somehow. Describe your character at level 20. What do you think they will be like? What would you want to see or be? I see Grom as a multi-tool character. He doesn't dish out a ton of damage or healing, but with his wide variety of alchemical recipes, he can sometimes find outside-the-box solutions for problems we encounter. I'm not sure what he would be like at level 20, just have even more options and tools at his disposal than he does now. And then level 20, campaign ends. What impact do you want your character to have made on the campaign, the world, the other players? Grom would like to help the goblins of Alkenstar become better accepted by the non-goblins of Alkenstar. Help them raise themselves up from living in garbage dumps and sewers to at least lowest rings of middle-class citizenship. It might be that Grom is a complete outlier of a goblin, and most goblins are happy with how they live. But if that is the case, Grom, despite his high intelligence, just doesn't realize that goblins are gonna goblin. And I think that was carried through so much of his roleplay of this well-meaning goblin who just doesn't understand the Galarian goblin culture. They're very much happy with what they've got in the revised age. But yeah. Alright, so we have that. And then we have final conversation about Grom. So let's see. Okay. Okay, I don't know how much energy you've got now, but if you can you tell me what you want for Grom? I will break the multiverse to make it happen. So he replied, Grom modifies Pepito as an independent entity with the ability to travel dimensions. Pepito travels the multiverse looking for the real version of Cryptic Muffin's character and reunites with that character. Alright, so obviously, if I shared this with Cryptic Muffin, they would be pretty sad and happy. Brandon Cadenex, who plays Stack the Deck, has point blank asked me, "Is this supposed to be a sad campaign?" And I didn't. It took me by surprise, the question, because I guess it is a very sad campaign. In a lot of ways. Especially the characters, because a big part of our homebrew changes to the campaign is that they are going to have the opportunity to change the bad things that have happened in their lives, and then they're going to have to address, right? Like, did those bad things make good things happen, right? Like, am I a better person because of those things? Am I a worse person because of the things? But because I was a worse person, I made a change in the world, right? Like, and then they have to decide, am I going to undo all that? Am I going to give all that up? Or am I going to keep going? You know? So yeah, I think there's a lot of sad things in this campaign. And obviously, in real life, you know, we're dealing with some sad things. We're dealing with some sad things. It's going to be sad. But I also think that there are still a lot of funny tomfoolery, big fuckery things that are happening in the game that are still going to happen in the game. I'm never going to forget them killing Frodo Baggins, like, as he's trying to, like, keep the One Ring and then having to impersonate Frodo for 6 to 9 months or whatever. Like, this campaign, I think the fun and the silliness and the zaniness and the japes, right? I think that they feel, at least for us, even better because there are a lot of sad things happening in the game to the characters and then also to us, the players, you know? And so it's complicated. It's complicated. Wow. All right. So let's see. Can you extract the text from this image? Let's see. And then after we get the text from that, we'll add in the text from conversation, and then we'll be cooking. We will be cooking. Alright. Don't worry, little man. We're gonna get this shit set up. Okay. Let's see. Gotta grab our notes document. Go here. Faded. GM notes. Alright. Cool. Do like... we could do like this time. Alright. So, let's see. Over here. Stolen faded PCs. Grom. Oh, I had this here the whole time. Alright. Alright, so we'll do last request. Alright, then we got this. Survey. Okay. I don't feel like it did not grab all of the stuff. Yes. Give me all the text from the image. ChatGPT 5 is it's pretty fucking bad. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of hype around it. I don't believe it. It's fucking terrible. I think it could be really good, but I think it's deliberately throttled back by corporate bullshit. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Go here. Alright, cool. Let's see. Would it be okay to make Pepito a B team member and Grom a major quest NPC for the rest of Stolen Fate? Of course. And then I said last night, this was on Tuesday, last week. I said last night, they were using cards to manifest the Harrow Court. The cards turn into people, places, and things. I thought maybe Grom could become the locksmith and basically help the party travel, teleport, etc. Be the guy in the chair. And he said, sounds good. I trust your GMing. And I said, don't worry. They are gonna get Jericho off of that train. And that's that. That's what we had. So we'll make it work. Alright. Let's see. Okay. So what I'm thinking is, one, let's get the B team stuff cooking. So we need the player's guide that they now have for Stolen Fate. Let's see. Stolen Fate. Took them long enough to get a player's guide, but there we go. Stolen Fate player's guide. Alright. And do a book. There we go. And then the B team. So I'm gonna go down here, and we're gonna grab the Stolen Fate B team document. Alright, we're gonna move that to a tab. And let's see, B. Yep, that's a B. Alright. So let's see. Stolen Fate, need to add new B team members, also level up a few B team members. Assigned to me. By me. Thanks, bro. You can spend 8 hours hanging out with a B team member, rolling a check at the end of the tournament if you fail or critically fail, blah 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 blah. Yeah, okay. Abilities. Rank 2 abilities. Rank 1 abilities. Alright. Abilities not yet unlocked. And then we got to figure out the name of this therapist. I think I actually did give her a name. Let me see. No, your name's not Roman. Let's see. B team. Oh, yeah. I should probably ask my players. Let's see. Pathfinder crash. Latest PF2 system update. They made the ghost button default on. Yes. Alright. Stolen Fate. Yeah, so I want to make a tracker because it'll get messy otherwise. Also, I have a work meeting from 8:30 to 9:30 with overseas colleagues, so I'll be AFK for a while, or at least will be somewhat listening but inactive. Jeez. Okay. Alright, so at stolen faded, did you guys get concepts done for your alt ego characters? If so, you got some art for me. Okay. So let's see. Where the hell did this lady end up? Maybe she's in the Rome folder still? Let me see. Ancient Oracle, Decimus, Julius, Marcus. Damn, I could have sworn we gave this lady a name. Maybe it's back in that scene in Rome. Yeah, we'll go check. Infinite Stairs, Chapter 2, Rome. Rome. Alright. All these guys. Those guys. I don't think she made it from here. Okay. Let's check. Yeah. Alright. I do remember we figured out a name for this character, but then I don't remember what we did with it. Damn. House Philosopher again? Alright. I am determined to find this name, so we're going to go through all of these things. Alright, what do we got here? B team manager, blah blah blah. B team template. No, basic bitch template. Okay. Go through here. Aberrant Spellslinger. Probably don't need that guy anymore. Alright. Commoners, Liches, Handless Mage, Mummy, Noble, Shitty Little Kid, Card Creatures. Alright, guess we're good there. Level 10. Okay. Benjamin Franklin Gates, that we ended up not using that quest line. Zervexis the Fiend, Mysterious Sniper, people from the theater, people from the library, people from the Lion King, again, very serious game we're running, people from Outlaws, characters from Outlaws, Pokemon. Well, I was looking for Pepito, so that's good. Let's try to get Pepito up there to the B team folder. So we'll put Pepito Vashon. Okay. So drag Pepito in there. Good shit. Alright. Go here. And then Handless Mage. Red Mantis. Okay, keep going. Stolen Fate, Unmatched, Book 1 edits. Okay. Man, we had a lot of stuff, just random crap in here. Then the official adventure. Alright, now we're in the loose section. You know what? Maybe I didn't give her a name. Maybe I was going to give her a name and I didn't. But sure as fuck don't look like she has a name. So, what can we do? Alright. What would be a cool thing for this character? Alright. Ancient Greek for empathy. I think empathy is empathia. Oh, there you go. Means passion, state of emotion. Okay. So sure, I'm okay with that. Empathia. It's a little on the nose. It's a little on the nose. What else we got? Therapist. Ancient Greek therapist. The term therapist originates from the ancient Greek word therapio, which means to serve, to attend to. Oh, that's cool. Alright. Let's see. Ancient Greek names. It's been a while. We need an ancient Roman name. True. Okay. Give me some ancient Roman female names that evoke friendly, compassionate, thoughtful vibes. Alright. Amelia, Antonia, Claudia, Cornelia, Domitia. That's nice. Bonus ones. Clementia. Fortuna Minor. Kind of into that one. I like Amelia. I think Amelia's pretty good. Let's see. Julia is pretty nice and kind of normal name. I'm okay with that too. All right, so what creature is like a therapist? Probably like a cleric, right? But they'd be non-magical. So let's see. Bestiary tracker, bestiary browser. There we go. I didn't have time. I've been busy. I mean, I have art, but no stat block. Okay. All right. Let's see. Traits. Occult. Okay. Level. We'll do level, I don't know, 8 to 14. It is only dragons. Damn. That's the only thing with the occult tag. Alright. Okay. Then what if we do medic? Nope. We'll clear this. Healer? Alright. Therapeutic healer. You got spells? They do got spells. You know what? That's fine. They entered a world of magic. They can get spells. There's isekai. They got isekai. Peerless healer. Could also work. That would also be more in line with like the level of the campaign. Sure. We'll do peerless healer. So I'll we'll drag out peerless healer. For now, we'll do weak. And then we'll put Julia, house therapist. Alright, and then do this and here. Alright, link actor. We gotta grab the art. There we go. Do that. Yeah. Alright. Gonia. There we go. And then over here. Julia. Wait, nope. We'll do it like this. Yeah. There we go. Julia, Link, appearance, PC core, check the size, it's too big. And update. Alright. Cool. Now we can go back to our dash. And we can replace... Oh, hey, she does have a fucking name. Son of a bitch! He was there the whole time! Alright, well, that's her name then. What the hell? Did I make it? No, I didn't make an actual actor for her. Okay. I don't know how I missed that. Whatever. So we'll go in here and change the name. There we go. Go over here. Go. Update. Alright, delete this one. Drag out this one. Good. Okay. So we'll do that. There. Okay. So reviewing these abilities, we gotta add Pepito to the mix. So we're gonna obviously start Pepito at rank 2. So Pepito will be there. And Pepito can be down here. Pepito. Okay. So let's see. Pepito. Pepito Vashon. He is a level 12 familiar, but it is his time to shine. He is supposed to be his own man's now. His own man's. So we're gonna have to look for bestiary browser. Alchemist. Alright. Mercenary Alchemist. We want the 13 to 15 one. Seems like a good place to start. So drag that out. Here we go. And Clay. It'll be this. He will be tiny. He will be unique. Alright, speaking of, we gotta make this unique. There we go. Alright, so Pepito is unique, they're tiny, they're adorable. Grab this. Yeah. There. Alright, go over here. Dismiss. Pepito. Go over here. Alright, size is locked, so it should be the right size. Maybe I'll unlock it. No, it says it'll be 0.5. That's fine. What do we got here? I don't have full stats built out for these just, but I was thinking about bringing out Walter Enos, Outlaws High School Noon. Hit. Oh, Outlaws High Noon. Return but different archetype. Walter Warden of the Cradle New. Walter the Wallaby. Walter the Wallaby. Nice. Okay. What do we got here? Alright. What do we got for time? 29 minutes? Okay. Could be doing better. Could be doing better. That's okay. Update token. Alright. Pepito. 14 creature. Okay. So, a lot of health on that Pepito. 267 hit points. That's crazy. The amount of health that these characters have is absolutely bonkers to me. Alright, so he's got these. We also want him to be good at healing. So let's see. What would Pepito's thing is? What's regeneration look like? Regeneration. Red cap regeneration, troll regeneration, vampiric regeneration, effect, regenerate, genetic regeneration. Oh, from Starfinder. I think I'm supposed to get rid of that. Yeah, I think so. High speed regeneration. Alright. Your hit points begin to knit together. You regenerate automatically at the brink of death. Well, that's pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, let me check the mods real quick. That actually reminds me that the Starfinder stuff. We have to turn off the playtest and turn on that one. So that has to reload. Alright. Oof. Oof. Okay. Let's see. So I think the low-level Pepito is going to be the regen graft. Pepito grafts himself to a PC, comma. That'll be 2 actions. And then we'll put for the next 10 minutes that PC has regeneration. Fuck if I know. 15? That seems good. Alright. Acid or fire can shut down this regeneration. Okay. This regeneration can regrow limbs. Etc. Alright. So then the other Pepito one will also be 2 actions, and it will be speed graft. Okay. Pepito grafts himself to a PC for the next 10 minutes, comma, that PC is quickened 1 and has all speeds increased by 10 feet. That seemed pretty good. Pepito can only be grafted to 1 PC at a time. Each graft can be used once per daily prep. Alright. Seems good. Alright. I'm into it. That's kind of cool. Alright. So, finishing move. Activate to have finishing move text appear when you send an action. What? To chat? What? Really? Go away. I don't. Get out of here. Get that fucking anime shit out of my face. Alright. Okay. Let's see. Alright. Pepito, blah blah blah. Alright, then Grom. Okay. Grom's just gonna go with the party, I think, to save Jericho. But I have an idea. 1, we could send Grom to help Jericho, but 2, we could have the portal room. Hear me out. We could have the portal room be busted. Here's how we do this. Working this in. Okay, so what I'm thinking is portal room is being upgraded, but portal room is attacked. Locksmith, who will be working. Okay, so then we have to do this. Grom must manifest his cards. Start of session. Alright, portal room is being upgraded, but portal room is attacked. Locksmith, who will be working on portal room upgrades, is destroyed. Without the locksmith, these portals cannot be repaired, attuned, or maintained. Okay. Grom steps up to become the locksmith. When he does, he is separated from Pepito. Alright. Pepito joins B team. Grom becomes guy in the chair. Grom says the only portal that is working is the trumpet. Obviously is hinting hard. This is where he wants them to go. Okay, so portal room is being upgraded. Alright, so then we move to downtime, and then during downtime, comma, portal room is being upgraded, but portal room is attacked. Okay, I'm gonna talk to Cryptic Muffin real quick. Alright. Let's see. Hey, you got a few minutes to chat about game before we start? So what I'm thinking is Evil Jericho is such a butthole and a half. Okay. Might be easier in chat than voice. Let me end stream so we can discuss. Okay. On that note, I'm gonna end the stream to talk to my players and stuff about tonight's game, both individually and as a group, and then I'll be back to run the game at 8 o'clock Eastern. You guys are welcome to go camp out Lex's channel until then. Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow night to do prep for 7 Dooms for Sandpoint, and then I'll be running 7 Dooms for Sandpoint off stream. The recordings of those games are available on Google Drive for patrons, and then Thursday we'll be back again to do Skyhaven. So yeah, all right. Hope everybody has an alright evening, and I'll see you next time.